Ohio Congressman Jim Jordan. He is chair of the House Judiciary Committee. Great to see you again, Congressman. So border crossings are down. A lot of it has to do with the 110-degree temperatures, the fact that Texas has tightened its borders. But the bottom line is the cost to Americans all over the country continue to go up. $5 billion is a cost that we're paying in New York City for migrants, for the cost of shelter and food and health care for migrants. You multiply that by all the cities, and you come up to a number over $100 billion, and that's not to mention the deathly consequence in terms of fentanyl poisonings and, of course, migrant crime.
Yeah, all that is there. And then, of course, the added cost to communities' education system, and on it goes. But also, remember, we released a report 2 weeks ago that this administration released into the country 99 individuals, 99 migrants who were on the terrorist watch list. This is unbelievable. And then we've been releasing what's called the A file on some of these individuals who came to this country and did terrible things, like the individual who murdered Lake and Riley. We released that last week and talked about how this guy, his relatives were in a gang. This guy had criminal history, and yet they let this guy in the country, and he does this terrible thing to murders Lake and Riley, and the tragedy that meant for her family. So this is a problem, and we're on pace, David, to get to 12 million people in just the Biden-Harris administration. That's equivalent to the entire population of Ohio, and we're the 7th largest state. That's how serious, that's the magnitude of this problem. And what did they do? The border czar, the person who was in charge of it all, they made her the nominee.
And I'm just wondering, the rules that they changed, of course, they're violating a lot of laws that exist about border crossing, et cetera. That doesn't seem to bother this administration. They're doing the same with student debt relief. But they still have these policies of sneaking migrants in by flying them directly from the home country, which is not part of the way the asylum process is supposed to work.
No, not at all. They're actually supposed to be detained while we evaluate their claim, or better yet, do what President Trump did, the Remain in Mexico policy. While under President Trump, they waited in Mexico while we evaluated whether they were a legitimate asylum seeker or not. So, but never forget what they did. They started this on day one. This was as deliberate, this was as intentional, this was premeditated, how they said no more building the wall, no more Remain in Mexico while we evaluate your claim. And if you get here, you will not be detained, you will be released. When you send that message on day one, you take those actions, everybody wants to come. And then when that many people are coming, then they said, oh, we got to start flying them in. We got to start doing this one app, this rapid way to get people in the country. All these things they changed because deliberately, intentionally, premeditated way on day one, they changed those 3 fundamental policies that had our border under control when President Trump was in the White House.
By the way, it is still, it has come down a little bit in terms of importance for voters, but it is still, according to our poll that was done August 9th through 12th, 87% of voters think it's still an emergency or a major issue. 71% of voters continue to blame Biden-Harris, hold them responsible. I want to switch, though, quickly to something you and I have been talking about for a long time. Ever since President Biden brought up price gouging among oil companies, you and I have talked sort of informally about whether that was going to lead him to price controls. He didn't do price controls, but now Kamala has come out in the open to suggest that she would use price controls if she could prove there was gouging in food distributors, if she proved there was gouging in oil, et cetera. What do you make of that? And by the way, is it conceivable that if she becomes president but doesn't have the House or the Senate or either one, that she could do it by executive order without going through Congress?
Well, they may try that crazy stuff, but let's hope not. Let's hope we win the White House. Let's hope we maintain the House and win the Senate. But if they do this, you know what this means. This is economics 101. This is scarcity. You talk about hurting our economy. And I do believe we're going to get past this period where it's all one big pep rally for Kamala Harris. And at some point, we're going to get to the issues. And here's the good thing, David. We got back-to-back administrations who are now running for the White House. And we can look at what we had under President Trump, where we had stable prices, not this record inflation, where we had a secure border, not an open border, where we had $2 gas, not $4 gas, and where we had safe streets, not record crime. Clay Travis, I think, said it best. He said, this campaign, this election is about EBC, economy, border, crime. And that is so true. And I think when we get to the debates, we'll be able to flesh this all out, and the American people will be able to see Kamala Harris is for price controls, limiting resources, limiting goods, limiting services when you do that. And President Trump is for getting back to the good policies, the good economy we had just 4 years ago. That distinction, I think, is going to be clear when J.D. Vance debates Governor Walz and when President Trump debates Vice President Harris. I think we'll see all that.
Those debates are going to be very interesting. Very, very interesting debates. Chairman, great to see you. Thank you so much for being here. Chairman Jim Jordan from the House Judiciary